What's up, YouTube? Video journal number 12, right? Today was a pretty short day for me at the gym working wise, right? It was I think I only had like two teams, right? Because football doesn't lift on Wednesdays. So usually that's 2 hours of the day. And since they didn't work out today or train today, right? So that meant more free time for me, as well as my teams get later in the day. So it was only 2 hours a day, 5 to 7, right? And like I said, I've been trying to implement fun warm-ups, fun games for my teams, right? Because I've been watching, just like I said, Austin Yoakum, and I was listening to one of his podcasts of Rhett Larson or something, right? And he's a volleyball, I think, strength coach for a team, right? Oh, I forgot, but he was a volleyball team. They're trying to head to the Olympics. And a lot of people, if you go on his Instagram page, it's a bunch of, people playing games, people playing spike ball, dancing, right? And I was like, man, that's a different unorthodox way of training, right? And that's not only his training, right? He's just showing the stuff that he enjoys, right? Because teams are still getting after it, teams are still lifting, right? But he does it very smart. And just like I've been trying to implement having fun in the weight room, right? When we get in there, I don't like doing the whole knee tug lunge and twist, reverse lunge, side lunge, right? Getting warm and all that, right? Because all the body wants is just to get warm before we start to hit our training style, right? So when I was listening to the podcast, it was giving me a lot of info, right? And I finished it today, and he basically just talked about coming outside of your box, right? And creating warm-ups, right? And if it's getting messy, that's a good thing, because then you learn how to adapt and your athletes learn how to play the game and stuff like that. Right, so one of the games that I created today, or I didn't create, I saw and I took inspiration from it, unaware, right? And it was Hungry Dog Wants the Bone, right? And so my swim athletes and my polo athletes, they got to the school, and I said, I don't know if there's enough room in the weight room. I said, you know what, let's just go outside, right? So Hungry Dog Wants the Bone. And you basically get in groups of 5 or 6. You designate one person to be the dog, the hungry dog, and you designate one person as the bone that the dog wants, right? So now the bone interlocks the rest of the partner's hands. So if you got groups of 6, right, or groups of 5, you do one as the bone, right, and then everyone else in the group holds the hand, and the dog is not part of the group, right? So now we're all holding hands, and I'm going to be showing the video. It should be playing right now as I'm talking, right? And all the dog wants to get is the bone, but now his teammates and the bone is not letting you, right? Because they're trying to work together just like a team would. Right, so without them realizing, they're doing agility, they're getting their body warmed up, right? Thermoregulation, they're trying to get the blood flow activating, right? And because I don't want to do the whole simple, right? And it was a good talk on the podcast, because he said he thinks when they're doing like all these A skips, all these B skips, right? You're getting intent from them. But a lot of the athletes, he said, when he was training back then, that he felt like he was getting worse. And Austin Yoakum actually said that some of his players were coming up to him being like, man, I don't like the warm-up, I don't like this, right? So, and I was kind of feeling that way too when I played college basketball, right? The more farther you got in the season, the warm-ups you just dreaded, right? I started to feel like the warm-ups weren't warming you up anymore. I started feeling like just another day, right? So why not do like spike ball? Why not do a game outside of your game, right? Tag, like those type of games. So this game was Hungry Dog in the Bone. The dog is very hungry and wants to get that bone, right? And I thought it was fun. Like I said, if you see it, they're all smiling. They're all having intent. They're trying to get better. They're trying to create a strat, right, which means strategy. They're trying to come up with something, right, just as the game would, just as their sport would, right? Not technically swim, right, but water polo, of course, right? Someone scores on you, you have to adapt. How can we get it back, right? How can you adapt as your team when they're playing a certain defense? Stuff like that. It's all game like, right? And some people are going to look at it and be like, oh, this is BS. This isn't training. And I think it is, right? Because you're enjoying it, and that's the whole point of training, right? You can get different stimuli, right, to get them warmed up, right? And then we went into the weight room. I didn't show it, but went into the weight room and they got after it, right? It was like a different vibe because they got outside. It was something they're not used to, right? And that's how I want it. I want it to be random, play this game, because if they play this game too much, they're going to get really good at it, and that's not what I want. So I want them to play something else, and then something else, and then we'll go back to that, right? So I've only started it this week for 2 weeks or something of, just creating games, creating warm-ups that are fun, right? And I wish I had that. And you become a coach because you're adapting, right? So you want to do something right? Like I don't know. It's like a teaching, right? Don't copy don't copy the person who taught you. Try to take what they taught you and go and move forward with it and move forward with it. And I think the weight room should be a place for fun, like I've always said in this video journals. And why not play Hungry Dog Wants the Bone, a simple game, and they got after it. They could see their cheeks getting red. I could see them not huffing and puffing, but that perfect warm up for them to be moving their legs, agility, and then right when I said, let's go back to the weight room, they were like, yeah, let's go hit it, right? So that was fun, and I'm going to show it, like I said. And then for my workout, right, because it was part of my day, my workout, I started with reverse bicep curls with some pullovers, right? Some pullovers with the dumbbell, right? And then I went into pull-ups, right? And the program said to do 12-minute pull-ups for 3 reps, as many sets as you can. And I think I got 15 or 16. I didn't show it all because that would be 12 minutes of footage, right? But I did neutral grip pull-ups, and for 12 minutes straight, you just have a clock, and I did 16 sets, right, for 3 reps. Landmine row, it was single arm dumbbell row, but I don't have heavy dumbbells. So I did landmine row, 6 sets of 3. I think I had a 45 and a 25 on it. And then your very last set, you take 15% off of whatever that number, I think it was like 70 or 80, something like that. So then the number was 60, and I did as many reps as possible, right? As many reps as possible, ripping it through for, I think I got like 21 reps on both arms or something, and it was getting hard. It was getting reps after reps after reps. And then after we did metal row, I never done metal row, but I guess it's the same thing in landmine row, 4 sets of 12. That was killer. That was burning. And then finish the workout with hammer curls and dumbbell bicep curls, right? So you do hammer curls, and then you basically do regular curls where you're supinating on the way up. And that was pretty much it. It was a great day, right? When I explained the workout, right? I think warm-ups, I should explain it in 2 seconds, and then they get after it, right? I don't want to be like, okay, jumpy jacks, sit-ups, A skip, B skip, C skip, 5 minutes of something they don't want to do, right? Let's play something fun. Let's play spike ball. Let's play tag. Let's play freeze tag. Let's do this and this and this and this and now that, right? So it's fun. I was engaged in it, and it was just fun. It was fun. And I think something at the end, I said, okay, 30 seconds. If the dog doesn't get the bone, then the group has 20 squats or 10 squats. But if he do get it, then, or if he doesn't get it, then the dog has to do 10 squats or something, just to make it competitive for one more last round for 30 seconds or something like that. They sped up, and they were trying to protect the person, right? And it was fun. So that was my video journal, and a pretty short one today, as was my day. And hope you guys liked it. Let's go.